we just have a daydream for a minute? What if we had only people in Washington who actually read the Constitution, who would obey the Constitution? Under those circumstances, we wouldn't have had a war since World War II. This whole thing about it, it's been going on for 100 years. I actually started with Woodrow Wilson. We had this obligation to spread our excellence around the world because we're supposed to be an exceptional nation. In many ways we are. But how do you prove that you're an exceptional nation by bombing people when they haven't even attacked us? That's not very exceptional. We truly protected civil liberties, if we truly had a sound monetary system, and we knew how to provide the conditions for a free market economy, sound money, and foreign policy, friendship, and trade. I mean, if we set an example, wouldn't this be a better way to spread our message to others who would want to emulate what we're doing if we set a good standard for the message? We've embarked on these problems for 100 years. This is when we got Terrace, especially that Woodrow Wilson era. That was a bad era. Not only did he come up with this newfangled foreign policy about making the world safe for democracy, he's also the one that introduced this notion, or had passed this notion, of the income tax. The reason the income tax is a vicious tax, it's based on the fact that you endorse the idea the government owns all your income, and the government allows you to keep a certain percentage on their condition. This is why the founders didn't give us an income tax. In a true republic, when you see the restoration of the republic, you will see the repeal of the 16th Amendment. But what if we as a people had to write a check every month to pay all the bills? We couldn't borrow the money, we couldn't print the money, and pay for the type of government we get. I think that it wouldn't last very long. I think people would rebel and say, I'm not sending you any more money for what I'm not getting from the government. I think we understand that issue pretty well when it comes to religious beliefs. We can have no religious beliefs, or we can have various religions. We tolerate that fairly well as intellectual activities. We're allowed to still read books about communism and socialism and all these failed policies, and we don't regulate that. But somewhere along the way, we've come up with this idea that we're allowed to regulate what goes into our souls and into our brains, but we're not allowed to regulate what goes into our body. I think in a free society, you ought to make your decisions what goes into your body. This is a good idea. I would even allow you to drink raw milk if you like to. A lot of people after I speak, they say, what should I do? What should I do? Do whatever you want to do.